guys, it's Lindsey Bell back again, finally with my Ask Lindsey number 3. It's been a minute since I got all of these questions, but I was a little nervous to do this video. I feel like it's a lot different from vlogging just because it's real questions and I'm truthful, and like usually I'm not answering questions so much about my personal life. I can really choose what I want to talk about, and things that hurt my feelings or make me sad I don't necessarily have to talk about in the vlogs. I can just skip that over in my day. But in this, it feels like I really have to put it out there. So without further ado, here's a little piece of my heart. Ask Lindsey number 3. What instills fear in you? Mostly zombies. I'm like really weirdly afraid of zombies. I don't know why. It's a lot of just losing my family. That's a big thing. Or like having to just leave my mom because she's sick, or like she turns into a zombie and I have to be like, you're my mom, but bye. I don't know. That is terrifying to me. But really just losing my family. That's my biggest fear. Do you think you will have time in the future to attend a Kentucky vlogger trip, go to a YouTube convention, or other things like that? Your thoughts? Have you been invited? Also, will we see merch anytime soon? I'm paraphrasing because it's a long question. As far as Kentucky goes, I've never been invited to go on a trip, but I'd love to. I love traveling, so anytime anybody wants to invite me anywhere, I'm totally in. Like, you could be like, I'd love to invite you to my family's summer home in Montana, and I would be like, okay, cool. Whatever, and then I would show up one day, and then you'd have to show me around. So be careful where you invite me. Also, as far as YouTube conventions, I was gonna go to VidCon over the summer and ended up pulling out just because I think it was a little too close to everything that was going on. I just needed some time to kind of chill out before I go and talk to everybody firsthand about what's been going on in my life. But I would love to do them in the future. I loved Vlogger Fair in Seattle. That was so much fun. I would love to do that again. Really anything like that. Anytime people ask me to go places, I'm totally gonna go. As far as merch goes, I've bitten off more than I can chew, and I wanna make like a whole clothing line, and hopefully that will happen in 2016. We'll see. What's your go-to at Starbucks? My go-to right now is a grande iced coffee with soy milk, no sweetener, no classic, and then I get a cookie on the side. That Topadoodle cookie is what's up. I'm like not even kidding. Number 1 tip for getting through a breakup. Breakups suck. There's like no great way to just wake up and feel better. The biggest thing for me was I spent a lot of time with my mom. I spent a lot of time with my best friends. I tried not to work so hard, making YouTube videos, working at Shore. I just kind of tried to relax and be distracted by the people who care about me. Every new day is a discovery. I think after a breakup, it's just you never know how you're gonna feel, and some days you just wanna lay in bed and that's cool. But most days I think getting up and getting out and going and doing something fun with your friends. Don't do it by yourself necessarily, because when I was alone I was really miserable. Having people around you really distracts and helps you, feel more like yourself. Where do you see yourself in 2 years? Career, personal relationships, location. Location is definitely here, 100%. I love this house. I'm not going anywhere. As far as my career goes, I don't know where I will be doing it, but I love doing buying, so I'm gonna continue to do that. Hopefully just keep on keeping on with what I'm doing because I love it. I love my job so much. I can't even explain to you guys how much I love it. And as far as personal relationships, I don't see anything happening with Brian anytime soon. Hopefully we can just grow and get to know more about each other, because we've been dating like 5 months now, and every day I find out something new about him that makes me love him more than I did yesterday. So I don't see that changing either. If somebody would have told me a year ago that I would be where I am now, I would definitely not have believed them. So you never know what can happen in time, especially 2 years, a year. I'm just taking it a day at a time. I wake up today and figure out what I'm gonna do. That's my biggest goal. The most simple question ever. How are you? And I got a couple of them, and I love that. I'm great, how are you? Put it down in the comments and I'll thumbs up. What would be your absolute dream job? And if you could go anywhere in the world, what would be your dream vacation? My dream job would definitely be to own my own store, so I could be my own buyer and my own boss and have people work for me and give them careers like I've gotten in my past. And I think hand in hand with that, I would get to travel a lot more because I love traveling. I think my dream destination right now would be to go to Asia. I'd love to see the Great Wall of China, go to Hong Kong, Japan, Tokyo would be awesome. I want to go to the Philippines, I want to go to Thailand. It's just so many places within this continent that I know is gigantic, but that I really would like to just kind of hop around and see. But dream vacations everywhere, somewhere new. Every time I travel, I feel like it's a dream vacation because I just love being new places and meeting new people, seeing new things. Have you set any goals for the future? So I was thinking about goals, and I've kind of been flying by the seat of my pants lately, just really trying to figure out like who I am and what I want out of life. But I think by January 1st, I'm gonna write down 5 goals for the new year and just try and accomplish them in this next year. The first one is to do some renovations on my home. My aunt and my cousin left me this house and I love it so much, and it reminds me so much of them, 2 people who I was so close to in my life and had such a strong relationship with. And I just want them to look down and be really proud of what we accomplished or what I accomplished for them. And I just think of them daily, and I just think of how much they would love it. And we've done so much. Courtney's helped and my parents have helped, and really just made it into a home that I love so, so much. But definitely there's more to be done. The bathroom is still in the 50s and a little bit scary. And I'd like to do some in the kitchen too and have my office. There's a lot that I would want to do. And that's my biggest goal for 2016. I remember you saying that you used to work at the Ross Park Mall in Pittsburgh. How long did you live in Pennsylvania? I made it 1 full year in Pennsylvania. I did 1 winter. And it was amazing. I worked at the Juicy Couture in the Ross Park Mall just outside of Pittsburgh. Did my own thing for a year, and it was awesome. Good place to go. Very random, but a good place to go. What dance team did you do in college, and how did you come into your career? In college, I went to Florida State University, and I was a Golden Girl on the dance team there. They're called the Golden Girls. We danced at a football game or 2. Now they dance at all the football games, which is awesome, but back then we just did 1 or 2, like homecoming. Then we danced at all of the basketball games, so it was really fun. As far as coming into my career, I just worked really, really hard, but I started out as a merchandiser, and that's kind of the role that I was in, and I loved it, but it's not really where I saw myself. So I think you just have to make the best of your situations and know that if you work really hard every day of your life and show people that you have the work ethic and the strength and the ability to learn, you can go anywhere. So growth is what got me to my point in my career. Growing a lot. Can you give us some booty workout tips? Booty workout tips, because everybody knows it's just cardio and ass. That's what I work out on the daily. As far as booty workout tips go, I feel like I need to get my personal trainer license just so that I'm better at telling everybody how to do these things and make sure you're not going to get injured. I know people are asking me like crazy, like, show us your meals, show us your workouts, and I just don't want to show somebody something and have it be wrong or incorrect. So I'm going to try and do that this year where I get my license and I'm just a little bit more knowledgeable. But in the meantime, booty workouts. Stairmaster, that's amazing for your butt. Squats, lunges, I know that. Look up online how to do them correctly though before you start going ham and like, I don't know, pull a hammy, literally. Going hammy. And then ride your bike. That seems to do wonders, so add that in too. Would you ever consider coming to the UK? Like, ever? I definitely want to go back. I've already been to London once. I loved it. I totally want to come back and see more of it and go to like Scotland and Wales and kind of see more of the island and not just London. Get out. How has it been being a Tampa Bay Buccaneers cheerleader? It's been, hands down, the most amazing experience of my life, I think. I think I can put it up there as like one of the coolest things I've ever done. The women like blow my mind because I can't believe how genuine and caring and strong and personable these people are. Like, I look at them and I am just so lucky to have these people be my teammates and like sisters to me, and it's unbelievable to me. To sum it up, it's the coolest thing ever, hands down. What do you love and hate most about vlogging? I really love editing videos and making something, taking all of this footage and turning it into, I mean, it's nothing. Like, it's just hours, especially for a vlog. It's just hours of me rambling on, doing stuff in my life. And then I get on Final Cut and I turn it into this like exciting adventure of a day. The hardest part for me, the part I like the least, is that I know there are some people who don't like it and in my life, and it stops me from vlogging so much because I don't want to make them uncomfortable. And I wish I could find a happy median between that so that I could do it more often. I gotta bring out my inner Charles. Charles just vlogs and makes people feel comfortable and knows how to do it really well. And for me, I'm not ashamed to go out and vlog by myself. Like I'll vlog like walking down the mall by myself. Like that doesn't bother me, even though people are looking like crazy at me and being like, what is this girl doing? Selfie. But it's just making people more comfortable around me. I have to figure out how to do that. Toilet paper, over or under, everybody's dying to know. It's over, right? You put it over, I feel like under, then the toilet paper touches the wall. I mean, I guess it touches the wall either way, but like, I don't know, then it's like hanging and touching it. I don't know. Can I be a part of the mermaid family? Abso-freaking-lutely. Everyone is invited to Mermaid. This is not an exclusive club. Anyone, men, women, babies, dogs, other animals of choice, anything. If you feel like being a mermaid and being with me, it's all about confidence, being able to swim or not, we can learn, and like hair whips. I think those are the important parts of being a mermaid. Fins, hair whips, swimming. And if you don't know how to swim, I'll teach you. I'm a good swimmer and teacher. What is your favorite song right now? Mom don't like you and she likes everyone. What's that Justin Bieber song? Love Yourself, Justin Bieber. I'm listening to that a lot. Also, I hate that I have to sing them to think of it. And I hate this club and I drink too much on a Friday night. Wasted. All My Friends. It's called All My Friends by Snake Hips. I like that one too. Those are probably my two favorites right now. I've also been listening to a lot of Dolly Parton Christmas because there's nothing better than Dolly Parton singing Christmas songs. It's the best. Check it out. You should. Absolutely. Honestly, I'm going to put it in the description so you can go listen to it on iTunes because it's that good. Do you think you will try out for Bucks again next season? And as a rookie, what's been your biggest struggle so far? I have my heart set on trying out again. I just can't imagine not doing it for another year. I love it so, so, so much. It's been such a huge and bright part of my life this year. You have to try out every year, so it's tough, but if you're in your best shape and you made a good impression, then there should be no reason that you don't come back. So you just gotta go and kill the audition process. So I'm nervous like already thinking about it, but I definitely want to do it again. My biggest struggle so far is that I honestly hadn't danced in a long time. I really hadn't taken a lot of classes, but getting like my swag back, I know that sounds so weird, but like my flexibility and like my dance ability. Years ago when, you know, they would say, okay, you're gonna do this move, I would just be able to do it. There was no question. My arms went in the right place, my legs went in the right place, everything just moved, and that was good. But now I just had to think so much more about getting that back and getting the muscle memory back. Now I think I'm there. I feel like I'm in my stride. I'm gonna try my hardest, and hopefully I'll be there again next year. What are your plans for when football season is over? I'd like to start vlogging more. That's definitely top on the list. I'd like to have more videos out there, more fashion videos, and sleep. I'd like to sleep more. If you get another dog, what breed do you want? When it actually comes down to it, I'm gonna go to a shelter and adopt a dog and make sure I get a dog who doesn't have a home or like a future right now. So really the breed doesn't matter as much as just finding a dog that I love and that loves Mr. King. And no matter what, I look at it and I'm like, oh, I love a Frenchie. But if I can find a Frenchie-like shelter dog, that's the goal, I think. How and when did you meet Brian? I heard of Brian a long time ago just because we're in a small town and he played baseball and he actually was signed and played in the minor leagues for a really long time. So everyone in Bradenton had kind of heard of him just because he was like a minor celebrity. But he won't admit that for a second. That is like not what type of person he is. He would rather just be like, oh yeah, I played baseball for a minute. But he was really good. He played for 9 years in the minor leagues. So that's kind of how I heard of him originally. But this year on 4th of July, I was going out with my girlfriends. It was like my third night going out as like a single woman. And we were out, and Brian just drove by on this golf cart, and he was wearing this like ridiculous cowboy hat that was like red, white, blue, American flag stripes. And it just was totally not what I was about. I was like, ugh, country music, ugh, this country boy in his stupid cowboy hat. So, I mean, I guess I like went up to tell him that it was dumb, and he just was the sweetest, kindest person, and he made me laugh so hard. And like, that's just kind of how we struck up a conversation. Me walking up to be mean and tell him that his hat sucked, and him being, I don't know, turning it into being such a great person, I don't even know. And then the next day, so he messaged me, and he was like, I know you're getting out of a really like long breakup, and things are tough right now, and you were in a long relationship, but whenever you're ready to go on a date with a guy, let me know, because I want to be the first guy to take you out. And I waited a little bit. I was like a couple days, I was like, you know, I really should like calm down, like I don't need to like meet a guy right now, whatever. And then he just kept bugging me and being like, let's hang out, let's go here, let's do this. And finally I was like, okay, we'll go. And I like met his whole family, and like everybody was amazing, and he's amazing. And I just was like, all right, let's do this. This is crazy, but let's do this. And it's all history. I've been with him ever since, and I can't imagine a day without him. He's the kindest person I've ever met in my life. So that's Brian. Are you finding the happiness you are seeking? Have you found it? Happiness was just being able to wake up every day and knowing that I was doing everything I possibly could to have success in my life. And that's success in my relationships, success with my family, success in my career, and also just feeling this sense of pride in what I do for myself. And I don't know if I had that so much before, because I let a lot of other people run my life and make my decisions for me. And a lot of that could have been my fault, because I didn't stand up for what I wanted to do in my life and how I wanted everything to be. I wanted to be in control, and I definitely am. And that brings me a lot of happiness. So yes, I think I found it. It's like one of those things where like some days are rougher, but every day I try and wake up and find the positivity. You go like up a little bit and then down, you know what I mean? Like it's like a graph or like a parabola. I don't even know. Happiness is a parabola, and every day you just try and find the top point, your happiness parabola point. It's a scientific term. Totally. How do you deal with the negative and hate comments on your video? A lot of times I just try and avoid them. Honestly, the best thing to do is to just not read into the hate or let them bother you, and just not seeing them really helps that. But a lot of times I want to see the positive comments, even feedback, and make sure that I'm doing the best videos that I can do, that people are enjoying them. So sometimes it's hard to miss it, but really you just have to have a lot of confidence in yourself. And I remind myself every day that it's not what other people say about me that defines me, it's my actions. I think that's all that I can do. And there's always gonna be trolls. There's always gonna be somebody who like goes in and is like, Lindsey has a big nose. And like, it's because it's true. Like, you're not saying anything that I've never heard before. So you can write it all you want. Lindsey's a slut. It's like, okay, if you say so. I've only been in monogamous relationships since all of you guys have known me. So those things, it's like, I don't know, you just gotta kind of like brush them off. Who cares? You have nothing better going on in your life than to come over and put down a woman who's working really hard on what she does and having a very positive life. And if you feel like doing that, you know what? I don't know. Judgment comes somewhere, buddy. Good luck. And for everybody who puts the positive comments, thank you so much. Don't pay any attention to the haters or the trolls. They'll come and go as they please. Whatever. They're nothing to us. So I think that's all the questions. I tried anytime there were doubles to put them down in the bottom so that you get credit for your awesome questions. I think I answered them to the best of my abilities and only got mildly emotional a couple of times. But thank you guys for watching so much. Seriously, I can't believe we are about to be in 2016. I'm gonna vlog and just keep doing what we're doing. I think we're an awesome little community, and everybody who stands by me, I'm undyingly thankful to see all of your positivity, Tweet me. I love talking to people on Twitter, at Lindsey Bell. Hit me up on Snapchat. I've been trying to go through them a lot more, but sometimes I have so many that I can't go through them all because I'm Snapchat crazy and I send Snapchats like a nut. So if I don't get back to you the first time on Snapchat, try again. I always do it. I'm Lindsey Bell on Snapchat. So at Lindsey Bell Twitter, Lindsey Bell on Snapchat. Also my Instagram, go check that out. I put pictures up of my daily outfits usually and whatever else is going on in my life. I love you guys. Thank you. I will see you soon. Bye.